we are from Ecosystem Incorporation. We'll be organizing educational talk about ethics and professionalism in supply chain management on 22nd April, featuring our professional speakers from Ecosystem. So don't forget to come and bring along your friends to liven up this program.
Hello and welcome to this presentation on ethics and professionalism in supply chain management. My name is HUSNA and I will be your host today. Ecosystem Incorporation is a global leader in eco-friendly consumer products, but recently we faced challenges regarding unethical practice among some of our suppliers. Issues such as questionable labor conditions, environmental violations, and a lack of transparency in sourcing have put our company's reputation and value at risk. This presentation will explore these challenges and offer practical strategies to enhance ethics and professionalism. To guide you through this journey, I will be joined by my colleagues from Ecosystem Incorporation, each of whom will address key areas. Let's begin. First, let's hear from Madam ADAWIYAH, our procurement manager, about the key ethical issues facing Ecosystem Incorporation supply chain.
Okay, so thank you to Ms. HUSNA AQILAH. As a procurement manager, I've noticed three major ethical issues we have to tackle. The first one is labor condition. Some of our suppliers don't provide safe and fair working environment. For example, workers are often required to work long hours, lack proper safety equipment, and are not paid wages that meet basic living standards. This is not only violates their rights, but also affect their undetermined worker dignity and overall work-life balance. For the second one is environmental impact, where certain suppliers are not following environmental regulations. This includes failing to manage waste properly, releasing harmful pollutants, and using natural resources in unsustainable ways. This action harms the environment from polluting water sources to destroying natural habitats. The last one is transparency. One of the biggest problems is that we don't always know where or how our materials are sourced. This lack of transparency makes it difficult for us to confirm if suppliers are meeting ethical standards like fair labor practice or environmental compliance. Without better visibility, it's hard to guarantee our products meet the high standard of our customers and stakeholder expectations. So that's all.
Thank you. Those are indeed significant challenges. But what steps has Ecosystem Incorporation taken so far to address them?
We have already started taking some important steps. For example, we have updated supplier contract to include rules about ethical labor practice, environmental protection, and transparency. We have also teamed up with third-party auditors to regularly check that suppliers are following these rules. These actions help us ensure accountability and build trust with our customers and partners.
Thank you. Next, let's hear from Ms. Fariha, our Sustainability Officer, who will share a case study about a company that successfully tackled similar challenges.
Alright, thank you to our beautiful Miss HUSNA. I am very glad to be here today. So, let's talk about a real world example, right, of how another company successfully improved ethics in its supply chain and connect and relate to our Ecosystem Incorporation. Okay, so as Madam ADAWIYAH said, the ethical issues like labor practices, environmental compliance, and transparency in our supply chain. Okay, so to address this issue, we can learn from IKEA, a company that faced similar challenges but successfully transformed its operation. Okay, I want to ask you a question. Are you familiar with iWeigh? No. Okay, so iWeigh is the IKEA way for responsibly procuring products, services, materials, and components. Okay, so IKEA launched iWeigh or eWeigh standard, which is to address the key ethical issues. Okay, so first of all, as I said before, the labor practices. Okay, so IKEA enforced fair wages, safe working conditions, and ban child labour. They partner with suppliers to implement and monitor these policies. Okay, before I move to the next point, another question. Do you know FSC?
Yes.
Okay, for those who don't know, the FSC is an international non-profit organization that promotes responsible management of the world's forest, which is the FSC stand for Forest Stewardship Council. Okay, so by using sustainably sourced materials and reducing emissions, IKEA ensure its operation aligned with global sustainability standards, partnering with FSC like I told before to certify its wood sourcing. Okay, so for the last point, for the last ethical issue, transparency. IKEA introduced regular supplier audits, like Madam Adawiyah said before, and publicly shared their sourcing practices to build trust and accountability. Okay, so for ecosystem incorporation, these strategies are highly relevant based on we should focus on by using 3 key steps. First is by develop a supply code of conduct, just like IKEA did, that sets a clear standard for ethical labor practices and environmental compliance. Okay, for the next one, by implement regular audits to monitor supplier adherence, just like Madam Adawiyah said before. Okay, which is for the sustainable supply chain. Okay, for the third one, for the last one is by enhanced transparency by mapping our supply chain and sharing sourcing practices, fostering trust with stakeholders and customers. Adopting this strategy is not only help addresses our ethical challenges, but also strengthens our brand as a leader in eco-friendly product. Okay, a study by Pagel and Wu 2009 shows that integrating ethics into supply chain improves both sustainability and profitability, ensuring long-term success. This is what we want. Okay, in conclusion, IKEA's example proves that ethical practices are achievable through commitment and collaboration. By following the model, we are very confident that ecosystem integration can create a supply chain that is both ethical and sustainable.
Thank you, Ms. Fariha. That's inspiring. It shows that ethical supply chain management is achievable with the right approach. Now, we will take a break for the first session. After this, we will move to the next session with other speakers. Thank you. Welcome back to our next session. In this session, we have another 2 speakers that will be joining us. Now, let's hear from Ms. SYAKIRAH, our Customer Relations Manager, about how professionalism can strengthen our supplier and consumer relationships.
Thank you, Ms. Husna. So, professionalism is absolutely essential in maintaining trust and ensuring long-term success in our supplier and customer relationships. For supplier, this means clear communication, which clearly define expectation upfront, whether it's regarding delivery timelines, product specifications, or payment schedules. Keeping communication channel open will ensure both parties can address any challenges or updates efficiently. The second one is transparency. This includes being upfront about our order status, payment processes, and compliance with ethical standards. Transparency will foster mutual trust and demonstrate our integrity as a business partner. The third one is regular engagement, which involve actively participating in quarterly reviews, hosting collaborative workshops, and sharing performance metrics. These interactions will ensure alignment on goals and provide opportunities to address areas of improvement together. So, however, for customers, professionalism involves being honest and about product sharing and demonstrating our commitment to ethical practices. This transparency can also build brand loyalty and long-term trust.
Thank you, Ms. SYAKIRAH. Excellent point. How do we plan to implement these practices?
So, of course, for supplier, we will launch quarterly forums where we will discuss updates about share market insights and address common challenges. So on the customer side, we will organize engagement campaigns that will include detailed product sourcing report and behind the scene content that showcasing our ethical standards.
Thank you, Ms. Syakirah, for your information. Finally, Madam Nabila, our supply chain strategies will present our recommended strategies to address these challenges.
Thank you, Ms. Husna. And hi everyone. So to answer the questions earlier, we will suggest 3 strategies, and the first one is creating a code of conduct for a supplier. And this is a set of rules of clearly stated what we want from our supplier, and such as fair pay or safety working conditions. And all suppliers must agree to follow the rules as a part of our contracts, and it will help everyone to work towards the same ethic goal. So as the second one is, we will have a regular audit as a routine checks to make sure suppliers are following the rules we have set. So we will make regular visit and sometimes surprise visit on supplier to review their practices and to get a true picture of their operation. And this will ensure suppliers stay on track. So lastly, we will support supplier improvement by organizing a program to help suppliers improve their practices and meet our standards. And we offer training session to teach them ethical practices in supply chain and share tools to make their operation more efficient. And this will make it easier for the supplier to meet our expectation and build a stronger partnership with us.
Thank you, Madam Nabila, for your explanation. But can you conclude all of these strategies so it's easier for people to understand?
Alright, so to make it short, by doing this, eco-sustaining cooperation can lead the way in ethical supply chain management, and these strategies protect the worker, environment and our reputation while building trust and long-term success for everyone involved. So I think that's all.
Thank you so much for sharing these insightful strategies. Your recommendation truly highlight how EcoSustain can champion ethical supply chain management while fostering trust and success for all stakeholders. With these actionable steps, I believe we will on our way to setting a benchmark in sustainable practices. Well done, and thank you again. In conclusion, ethics and professionalism are the foundation of resilient supply chain. By addressing labor practices, environmental compliance, and transparency, EcoSustain cooperation can lead the way in ethical supply chain management. Thank you for joining us today, and we hope this inspired you to champion this principle on your own organization. That's all from us. Thank you.